Well, hey there, guys. Hope you guys are having a good night here. Now, I wanted to show something. This literally just kind of popped into my head, like probably 5 minutes ago, before I started recording here. Now, as a lot of you know, I started, making my own logo magnets. And yes, I take the inspiration from Shannon because it's a cool idea. I thought it was a really cool idea, and I'd see him, and I'm like, and it makes for a good visual, and a lot of people were wanting that from a lot of my videos. So yeah, I started doing my own. I started making my own up. As you can see, here's some here, but I kind of wanted to show the process. Well, a little bit of the process, or at least what I use to make them. Now, you got to have some of this. I got this through Amazon. This, of course, this is just your standard vinyl sticker paper. This is a pack of 100, and it works really nice. And it's made for the laser printer because we have a laser printer. And the laser printer actually works a lot better than the inkjet printers, because the inkjet printers, you have to let it sit and dry, while the laser jet, it's all like a powder or something, and it gets hot and it literally like infuses it into the paper. I mean, kind of like. Now, when I'm coming up with logos, or when I'm finding logos, and trying to figure out the size, because I use the Cricut design space, because my wife has a Cricut, which is a cutter. It's kind of like a design type cutter. The Cricut right now is upstairs, because I plan on using it some more, obviously, but. It has, you can design all kinds of stuff on it, and it cuts vinyl. It'll cut almost anything. And when you cut magnet sheets, you have to get a special blade for that. It's a deep cut blade because magnets are a little thicker than normal paper. So, but to come up with the logos, to print the logos, I go and I find the logos online, and I go and I save them. And then I upload them into the Cricut design space, and then you put it on what's called a canvas, which basically is just a grid. It's just a grid. You put the logos on, and then what you do, and this is one thing that I learned for sure, you have to put because you have a whole bunch of stuff on the top of design space. Which actually, let me see here if I can at least give somewhat of a visual here. If I can just move some of this stuff out of my way here, so I can pop this up, so I can actually kind of show you what design space will look like, or would look like. Not a lot of room on my desk, unfortunately, but. Okay, I just gotta pop into here. And yes, talk amongst yourselves while this boots up here. And here, I'm gonna turn this on here. Okay, there we go. And yes, I haven't opened this in the last couple days, so all the notifications will just come zooming on through. But yeah, you go and you look at the thing there, and you've got the icon down at the bottom. Yeah, there's fingerprints all over the screen. It's a touch screen. But there's a little icon down at the bottom right there that is the Cricut icon. So you can click on that, and you can open into Cricut. Now I've already got Cricut open, so I just touch that, and it comes up. Now, as you can see, I've got some other logos on here that, that I'm looking at using here. And up here is where you can come up with, you can do the offsets, you can even flip the logo, you can do all kinds of cool stuff. And this grid here, it's just like a placement, because when you go and click onto make it up there, it just kind of looks, it just kind of places the logos wherever. Now I got some good ones here that I'm looking at. But what you can do is, if I can find this right here, but yeah, if you're looking, if you want a logo to upload onto there, you just got to go into, you just go into, and you got to go into upload there, and these are all images that I've uploaded. Well, some of them, but if you want to actually upload a new image, you just click the upload image, click browse, and it takes me into my logo file, which I've got a few there. And then I guess I click on one, it goes into there, clicks open, and it puts it on the canvas. Like, let's say here, let's just say, for the heck of it, that I want to put, what one do I want to put here? Let's just see, because as you can see, I've got a few of these. Let's see. Yeah, let's just click on the NHL logo there. You say open, it opens it up into there. You can go, hit complex, hit continue down there, then it shows the thing, and like right now, it doesn't have a background on it, fortunately. And then, so you just go and you click apply, that comes up, and then you got the whole print and cut thing there, because that's what kind of adds it to the thing. You click on that, click upload, it uploads it into the thing, you click on there, add to canvas, and you've got the logo. So it's definitely it's a neat thing. It really is. And it's a very it's a little complicated. It can be a little complicated. It takes a little bit to catch on to it. But I will say that and always save the project. I learned that the hard way, because I ended up doing a number of these where I had the logos, I had them printed out and everything, had them put on the back of the sheets. Of course, there's the logos. But what did I do? I didn't save the programs, or I didn't save the projects. So without saving the projects, stuff got moved around, which then means these don't cut right. Now, obviously I can manually cut these out, but it can be a little complicated doing it manually. But yeah, so I kind of messed that up. And also too, because I showed the sticker paper, trying to do this a little bit in order. Of course, there's the sticker paper. Now, to go along with the sticker paper, you need the magnet sheets. Now, the magnet sheets The magnet sheets I've gotten from Marietta Magnetics. This is a pack of 25. Now, there's not all 25 are not in here, but there's, you know, because I've used a few of them, but there is, you know, these are the magnet sheets, you know, and you can see they're not the adhesive stuff either, which is really cool. And these are another thing I got off Amazon, and they're really nice. I mean, they're made in America. They're made in Ohio, I believe. I think they're made in Ohio, but they're really, really nice. And it's definitely an interesting process to do. And when you when you print out on the sticker paper, you have to try your darndest to, when you put them on the magnet sheets, to not get air bubbles. Another thing that I had to learn the hard way was you got to be very, very careful with what you're using. Now, I ended up having to go and get one of these. Now, this one I haven't. This is a new one that I haven't taken out of the box yet, but it's a little squeegee thing. Now, it's not really a squeegee. It's just got, you know, it's a little blade, but it's got a little like furry Velcro or whatever along the bottom there. But what you end up having to do is, when you print out the sheet, you print out the sticker paper, you've got to kind of separate, in order to separate the sticker sheet from, or the sticker paper from the backing. Of course, you got to be very careful, you know, and try to be sure to get it apart in the corner. But then once you do that, you have to kind of peel it back a little bit, and then you have to take the backing and you kind of have to fold it, and then you flip it over, and then you try to line it up on the magnet sheet as good as you can, and then you go and you flip it back, you take that little squeegee, and you just go right along the width of the whole thing, kind of, you know, going a little bit at a time, you know, taking the sticker paper kind of a little bit at a time, you do that all the way down. While doing each pass, you do like 2 passes on each time, and it puts the sticker paper right onto the magnet, and it does wonders. And if there are some air bubbles, they're not that hard to get out. But you know, it took me a couple times to figure it out. Now that I actually have kind of got that figured out, I mean, I've got some here. These I've cut. These have been cut on the Cricut, and they're actually pretty. I mean, you know, they're pretty good. They're actually pretty. You know, they're pretty good when it comes to how they're cut, and like, you know, where they're cut. You know, like Pittsburgh here. You know, that's cut really nice. It's not too far apart. Same with, you know, like Winnipeg. You know, even like you know, the Florida Panthers here. Some of the other ones, and of course, like I said, I had to learn this kind of the hard way. The first set that I did, I didn't calibrate the machine right, so everything was kind of cutting off center. So take a couple here that you can kind of see. As you can kind of see, that's kind of, you know, that's not exactly centered. Same with that one. You know, you got a lot of white here, hardly any here, because I didn't calibrate the machine right. Before you cut anything with that machine, you have to calibrate it. And it's got a little program in there that you can calibrate it with. And you print out a calibration sheet, and you put the calibration sheet onto the mat. Now each magnet sheet has to go on this cricut mat, which that's a little heavy. It's kind of heavy. Those magnet sheets are not light. Now these sheets that you have to stick the paper on, they are, and you can get them. They're in a few different types. This is the strong type, and this is what you put the magnet sheet on, and you line up. As you can kind of see where each sheet is, you can kind of see where the line is. That's the magnet sheet, and you line it up, the 8.5 by 11, and this is the strongest grip, or the strong grip, and you have to make sure that it's gripped, that it's gripped nice, because I've had a couple where as it's cutting, it comes loose. Then you have to pause and take it out, and it kind of ruins the whole thing. But yeah, they have like 3 different types of these. This is the strong grip. They have like a not so strong grip that you use for like vinyl and stuff like that. But a lot of those other ones, the wife is used. I've used these ones because these are, it's the strong grip, so you're cutting magnets. But yeah, so that's kind of what you use there, and it's a learning experience for sure, but it's a lot of fun trying to learn it, and of course, having the right product. This was the 100 pack on Amazon. I'd say it was about probably $54, $55, something like that. And the magnet sheets here, this is a pack of 25. This was with tax included, I think, like 40. So, and as you can tell, I've got magnets here that I plan on doing, because I found out that in Cricut, in the design space area, when you're uploading logos, you can upload GIF logos. Because where I was finding some of these logos, they were in the GIF format. And I was like, damn. Thinking that, it couldn't upload them. Well, then I was messing around and I found out it can. And it can print out and all that. And I'm just like, yes. That is how I got... not those ones. Where are they? Are they down here? I just saw the thing too. Ah, there it is. There's one. That's how I got these. These are all in the GIF format. But they print. They print out, which means they'll print out on sticker sheets and they will cut on the magnet sheet. Now, like with this is how you can tell when you print something out like that. Now imagine if this is on the sticker paper and put on the magnet sheet. This is the area around where these black lines are. That's the area it cuts. Now, when you put it in there, it scans everything, and it then will start cut, and it will cut all around the logo. If you have an offset, you have to have an offset. If you have an offset there, now with me, you can you can monkey around with the offset. You can have either no offset, you can have a little bit of offset. It goes up, and it can kind of to me, the bigger the offset, the more chance you have to not cut into not cut into the logo. Like this one here. This one is with a slightly bigger offset, but it doesn't cut into the logo, and it actually looks, having that bigger offset actually makes it look nice. The offset part is like the white part, all the area that's cut, that the logo is cut around. That's all the offset that it cuts around. And like I said, you gotta calibrate it right. and it calibrates from up and down and side to side. So you got to make sure that it's cut right. It cuts all these little lines, and you want to make sure that you choose the lines that are cut where it's right through the center of the little black line. Then you know you're right on the target, which is where you want to be. And again, you've got you can have a smaller offset or a bigger offset. Like I said, I use kind of a bigger offset because it ends up still. Even with a little bigger offset, it cuts around the logo really nice. I mean, that's cool. Now, the other interesting thing, when it is calibrating, like this logo here, like Tampa, it also when it's scanning and everything, it cuts these parts too. So this is what you've got. So I thought that was kind of cool. I also found out too, now I haven't figured out a way how to cut this or how to do this right where it all cuts in one piece. I tried to cut out the old Minnesota North Star logo. Now, and the North Star logo, just, like this with no background or anything. It cut it in two pieces. Because if you look at it, it's two pieces. You've got the N and the arrow is one, and then the star is a little bit above it. That's two pieces. It cut it out as two pieces. Now, I have not figured out how to be able to put them all I would think, the offset or whatever would do it where it would kind of fuse it all together into one piece. Yeah, no, it doesn't. There's something else I got to do. I'm not sure what yet, but I want to figure that out. But yeah, so that's kind of what I learned from there, because I want to print out a number of North Star logos too. And because one thing I've thought about doing is kind of going through some of the Stanley Cup playoff series that really kind of impacted me as a kid growing up, from and maybe doing one all the way from the 80s up until even like this past year, taking one series from each of those playoffs and kind of looking at them and which ones really stood out to me as impactful. And that's kind of another reason why I want to be sure to get the North Star magnets or the North Star logo cut out right. Because if I do something like that, the Minnesota North Stars would be in a couple of them. At least one, for sure. So I'd want to make sure I cut that out right. But it's an interesting experience, and it does take time. There was one night I was doing this. I was monkeying around on the computer, coming up with logos, putting them on the canvas there, and I went and I was cutting stuff. And this is after work. This is 2 o'clock in the morning. 2-3 o'clock in the morning. Or no, this was actually kind of an earlier night. I think it was a Sunday night, so I got home a little earlier. It was like 1:45, and I immediately started working on stuff. Well, I got so into it, picking logos out, putting them in there, making the projects, making them, putting them on the printing them out, putting them on the magnet sheets, running them through the Cricut. And then the next thing I know, I look up at the clock. Now, mind you, I have a kid to get to school at 9 a.m. I look at the clock. It's almost 7:30 a.m. Time completely disappeared. I had no concept of time. I was just like, oh crap. And I'm like, I need to get to bed. But then I looked at the time. I'm like, well, I got to get the kid to school in like an hour. I was like, well, I guess I'm going to stay up for a bit. And that's kind of what I ended up doing. I stayed up for a bit, got the kid to school, came back home, and fortunately I didn't have anything to do until later in the day. So what I ended up doing is I came home, and I laid down, and I was out like a light. And yeah, I got about a good 6 hours of sleep there, because I had to go pick the kid up too. But yeah, it can take time. It's easy to lose track of time. And but it's fun, and it's a fun thing to learn. And knowing what kind of material you're needing, with a set of magnet sheets like these. Now, again, I was watching some of Shannon's older videos on how he made his magnets. And he said, you could go into like a dollar store, and find like magnet sheets. Well, mind you, these videos were like five plus years ago. You can't find magnet sheets like that in dollar stores. Not even Michael's has like magnet sheets like this. Not even Michael's has them. These are the kind of things, and even like the sticker paper here. Michael's doesn't have these. Michael's doesn't even have hardly any sticker paper. They have a lot of Cricut accessories, but they don't have the paper or the magnet sheets to be able to do it. So that's the beauty of Amazon. Amazon, I know, Jeff Bezos, multi-billionaire, crazy guy, but I love his website. Amazon is amazing. That's how I can find all this stuff. And obviously I plan on making a whole bunch more, because I've got some logos that I've printed out. Like these ones. I have these in like 3 different sizes. Where was the one? I had one where it actually showed kind of all the sizes all on one. Yes, there it is. Well, like I said, I just printed this out on regular paper. Dang it. So I can kind of judge the size. Now, again, you look at it on a computer screen, it looks like it's not going to print out that, it's like, well, wow, that's still going to print out small. Then you print them out. Now look at the size of the Western Conference logos here. I love that. That's a great size. That one's fantastic, and this one's, they're all good sizes, and they're good sizes that even you hold it back here, you can see them, and that's the whole point. Now I think with the ones that I did of the league logos like this, it is going to take, I believe, 8 sheets. So it's going to take 8 sheets of sticker paper and 8 magnet sheets to put the sticker paper on the magnet sheets and run them through the Cricut. That's 8 pieces. And it'll cut all of these. And then I will have the old conference logos, the old Eastern and Western Conference logos. I'll have the old Campbell and Wales Conference logos. And I'll also have, as you can see on both of these, both NHL logos. The original one and the new one. And that is what I'm going to end up doing next, is that one. I also have a project in there of the team word marks. I want to print those out and put those on magnets where every team's word mark is on a sheet, and cut those out. And then I've got some other ones where I've got like alternate logos. I've got a whole bunch that have that actually kind of have a background on it. So they'll kind of be like little squares like this. It'll have the logo, but it'll have a colored background on it. And you go and you print those out, they look nice. They look really nice, and those will be fun to print out too. Now, obviously I have, I've got this, I've got like 18 sheets in this one. I do have a new one of those that's a full pack of 25, and I'm gonna go through them all. I am gonna use them all. There's all kinds of logos that I keep seeing coming out, and that I want to be, and I'm like, I want to turn that into a magnet. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool process. It takes a little bit to get the hang of, but once you figure it out, I mean, you can see that's incredible. That's awesome. Here's the goat head. That's really cool. Of course, Florida. I mean, you can come up with some really, really nice looking logos, nice cut, and they're cut nice and everything. Like here, the New York Rangers. Here's another Ranger logo. There's the Liberty head. Which, by the way, that was a GIF logo too. But yeah, so it takes a little time, takes a little progress, and again, if you don't calibrate the machine right, you of course will end up with logos that look like that. So that's where you got to calibrate it right, or you're going to get logos that look like that, because this is literally on the yellow part of the logo. So it's where you want to know that you calibrate your stuff right. Oh, here's a better one to look at that you can tell the calibration was off. Look at this one. Look at Toronto. You can tell it's a little off center there, a little off of where I wanted it. But that was also the first time I had ever did it. So it took a little bit. It was a bit, it was a learning process. But now it's the kind of thing where I can do it. I know how to do it. I know how to put the sheet. I know how to put the sheet, the sticker paper on the magnet sheet. I know how to put it onto the mat, feed it in, go through the thing on the laptop. And put the material that you're using, and when you get all that figured out, you just go, you hit go, and you just let it go. It scans it, it cuts it, and when it all cuts, it comes out. Everything's cut. All you do, you peel it up, and the sticker, the magnet sheet that is cut, it peels off. You can see the outline of all the logos. All the logos are on the magnets. You go and you take this. You take a little. You take the little poker thing, and you kind of get under it a little bit, and then you've got like a little spatula type thing that once you lift it up, you get under there, and it'll pop the logos up, and it pops them off, and you got them. So yeah, that's kind of the process. I know it was a little lengthy here. But yeah, so that's the process I'm using to cut these out. Now, as I showed you with the one maple leaf logo, now being that I did it, that I went and I calibrated it the right way, that's what it's supposed to look like. So, but yeah, it took a little bit to get the hang of it. But now that I kind of know what I'm doing, it's cool. It's a lot of fun, and it takes a little time, but it's a lot of fun. So I'm hoping I didn't bore you guys to death completely, and hopefully a lot of you guys maybe got a little idea of how I cut these out, and yeah, I plan on doing more. And I'm gonna have a nice collection of magnets. And obviously, I mean, I've got little magnets on here, so and I've got different sizes. I try to have the different sizes, because I've got these. These are smaller sizes. As you can see, these are smaller sizes. So I'm trying to get you know, smaller sizes like this, kind of, you know, medium size, you know, medium size ones like this, but also bigger ones. So that's kind of what I'm looking to do. And, you know, I hope to be able to get back into that here quick. Probably maybe tomorrow. I might do that tomorrow. I might bring a lot of this stuff upstairs and try to get back at it tomorrow. But yeah. So, like I said, I hope I didn't bore you all to death with talking about the whole process of how I do it, from downloading the logo and then uploading it into the program, and then putting it onto the canvas. You know, you can adjust the sizing and all that. And then when you've got what you want, you click make it. It gives you a preview of what everything looks like. If everything looks good, you know, you put them on the sticker sheets. You print them out on the sticker sheets. You put them onto the magnet sheets with as least air bubbles as you can get. Then you put them on the mat, slide it into the Cricut, go through the little thing, figure you know the material, and you know, make sure you know everything's, you know, the way you want it. And then you click go, and it goes. And the end result are these. So it's pretty neat. And yeah. So like I said, I hope I didn't bore y'all. And you know, hopefully you guys will, you know, maybe, you know, try and watch the whole thing. Hopefully, you know, because you know, it's a little bit of an educational video in a way. But yeah, hopefully I didn't bore you guys to death. Hopefully a lot of you will, you know, especially if you're bored and you're needing something to watch, turn on this video and watch the whole thing. Watch it from start to finish. You know, good time passer. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think of the process. Do you think it's a cool process? I think it's awesome. And you know, just you know, let me know. And you know, if it kind of gets you interested in doing some crafting, because that's, I guess, what this is technically called, is crafting. If you want to get into something like that, go for it. And it's like I said, it takes a little time. It's a learning experience, but once you get it down, it's pretty cool. And you can do your own. You can design shirts. You can design all kinds of stuff. Where, like, you know, I mean, you could take a vinyl logo, cut it out with the Cricut, put it on here. It would look fantastic. My wife has done a few projects like that, and they all did. They came out really nice. As are a lot of these. These are coming out really nice. But let me know what you guys think. Again, hopefully you didn't get completely bored where I put you to sleep. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. And you know, if you just happen to pop across this video, you know, hopefully you watch it. Hopefully you enjoy it. If you did, hit that like button. If you really enjoyed it, hit that subscribe button. It would be greatly appreciated. And if you want to be notified anytime videos are uploaded, you can click the little bell icon, and it will notify you every time one of my videos goes live. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let me know too if you guys kind of got a little bit of education on how that stuff works. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you guys later.